Hey, it's Sam Hussey, the founder and CEO of Deployable. So we're about to go into version 2 of the brand new platform. So it's a huge improvement from where we've gone from V1. There's a whole range of more features that have made their way into the platform. There's now the drag and drop builder, and that introduces for us the things like widgets. So widgets is the big thing that I'm just going to show through on today's quick little video. I just want to show you how you use the new platform. So you can go through and just click add new, and that's going to open up the new campaign. So what you might see, which is a little bit different compared to what we had in V1, is version 2 still allows you to do the campaign name. You can still put in your campaign description. So for example, I'm just going to put testing for audience. But the interesting thing with this is you can now click upload preview, and you can actually now put a thumbnail which will be used anytime you push the link out, using it just as a link and not as a QR code. So just for this, for example, I'm just going to use an image of the pilot who flew the Bell X-1, which is fastest, or the plane to break the speed of first plane to break the speed of sound. So I'm going to put that through. Go proceed. Now this is the brand new stuff that I wanted to show very quickly in this video. What we've added in now is the ability to add in templates. You can save templates, and you can also use widgets. Just for the sake of what we're doing today, I'm just going to start with a blank canvas just to show you these widgets. So, but just for this, if you are going to use templates when you put them in, this is the dev version. We're going to add in a whole range of more templates. You literally just drag them across, and you can drop them in. So it's that simple. So just drag, bang, and drop. Very, very simple. Save templates as well. You can see that I've got some here. Bang, drag it across, drop it, and it will auto-populate all your content there. Now let's just have a quick little look at widgets. So this now has the ability to drag and drop to build your entire campaign. V1 was very standalone. You basically put the links in and it built it for you. This is the ability to add in whatever you want. So you can add in as many images as you want. You can add in as many videos as you want, layer it out. But something that is interesting is that if you are doing a background design, so say for example, I'm just going to quickly go through and say, and just I'll build something out as a mock-up Smithsonian campaign. So this is a cool photo from the Smithsonian. I'll add that in as the background. You can see that it's immediately created the background. But when I go back to widgets, I might say, well, I want to put text on that, but the text is going to get lost with the background. So I can take what you can now see is called a container in the widgets, and I can drag and drop across the container. You'll see it creates a white box. That then allows you to go through and drag and drop in anything you want. So all of a sudden now you have a white background, and you can actually make sure that all of the content you're putting in can stand out from the background that's there. And I can add in anything here. So I can go and add in text, go to my text and say, okay, it's a white background with white text. I just want to go and make a few changes. I can go change the color, I can change the font, I can change the spacing, the width. Everything in there we made now is customizable, but extremely easy to customize. And then you can go through and change the text. So you can say, I'm testing to show our users. I can go through and say, okay, that's paragraph. I can say I wanted to have it as a heading 2. Now it's large or whatever. There's so many options that you can do in there. So with anything you're doing, I can drag and drop in buttons. I can put in our social media. So I can say, all right, well, I want to have social media there. Again, with the social media, you can go through. We've added a whole range of new things in there. WhatsApp, TikTok, Pinterest, Spotify, all requested by our user group that's using the platform at the moment. You can change the width. You can do everything from changing the width to the columns. I can say, well, I want to make sure that it's, all in one line. You name it. It's there, and it can all be done. So yeah, so the platform now has a huge range of features that you can do. If I'm going through and adding a logo in there, bang, our logo's in there. I can drag and drop it and bring it back across into the container. The interesting thing is that I just want to quickly show as well is the ability to now add in pop-ups. So it was requested from our user group and we listened. So I literally just click pop-up. What that does the moment you actually click pop-up is that it adds a button to the main page that your audience is going to see. So you can see here that it says button now, and I might just say, for example, let's say 50% off visit, just for example. So this will basically allow me to go. I want to go open pop-up. So when I hit the drop down, it gives me the ability to choose what I want that button to do. Now there's the ability to redirect, which will just send you straight out to another website. Go to view, which I'll explain in a second, and open pop-up. So if I want that button to push and open the pop-up, I literally just go open pop-up, and then it gives me a drop down to choose which pop-up that I want. So I can have multiple pop-ups that can come through. So something that was not able to be done in V1 is now able to be done in V2. Now let's quickly just talk about how you do the multi-view that I mentioned just before. So down here, what we've created the ability to do is that you're technically creating a new page, but it's staying within the URL and the QR code that you have. So I might say I want to add a second page to this, and it might just be that I want the ability for someone to press a button and stay within the platform, and I want more information that's there and it will push them back out. So really easy way to tell a little bit more of a story through this platform than just the one page. So now the thing about that is once I go to the multi-view, and I can go through and update it and change it the exact same way that I mentioned before. I can drag and drop all of these elements in, and I can build out the design as I want. As you can see, I'll drag and drop there, and if I wanted to change the background color, I can. Again, I can go through and also change a background image if I want that to be the case as well. Huge amount of features in there that are very different to V1. Now, with the multi-view, I want people to be able to click through that button. So I might say in the container that I did on the first version, I might just say, see our new exhibit. Just keeping in line with the fact that we're doing the Smithsonian. So I can then go through. Now, if I want people to be able to then click through to that multi-view page, I simply just drop down. I go through to go to view and view 1, view 2. So that button now is linking to the second page that I've created. Very easy to push people back around. And on that second page that I've created, I might just go through and add another button that says, sorry, I just deleted that, add another button and say back to main page. And then we're pushing everything back. So it's basically creating the cycle where you can push people around into a whole range of different content pieces that you're trying to tell. Heavily requested. So we put it in there. We couldn't listen enough to what people were saying, so we put it in there. Now, the interesting thing to add on this is that this is the starting point for deployable to be adding in a huge amount of widgets. We're going to go into the gamification soon. It's a few weeks away. A whole range of things that are in there, tools, the ability to do feedback forms, like you name it. We've been listening to over 300 people that are in the pilot program that have been going through and giving us feedback. We'll be taking on that advice and putting it into the platform. So much stuff on the way. The interesting thing about this as well is that you can click underneath into the analytics section, and I can enable Google Tag Manager. So Google Tag Manager then lets me put in the ID to our platform. That will then link back to your Google Tag Manager, your Google Analytics, and if you have Facebook Pixel integrated into Google Tag Manager, that will also trigger as well when someone goes and sees the page. Again, heavily requested, we put it in. So I'm going to go through and show you now the design QR code. This is something that we were listening to. We were just being a little bit careful about how we did it, but we have built it into version 2. You can change the color of the QR code. You can add in a logo, so the logo shows up in the middle of it. You can now change the QR code style, so it can be dots, or it can be the block shape that everyone is used to. Again, totally customizable, just makes it a little bit more closer to some of the brands that are going on. And then I simply go through, for anything that I'm doing this, I deploy it the same way that I deploy it in V1. It'll go through and it's going to spit out the QR code and it's going to spit out the link. So all of these features, obviously the backend is dynamic and constantly be changed and updated. Once you update the backend, the QR code and the link will always stay the same. So it's a really great way to make sure that you've got campaigns that are going out to market, that if the QR code is printed and it's staying that way for a long time, you can still change the story and the messaging in the background. And we've got things, whether it be Merlot or Two-Bays or any of the guys that are using it on physical packaging, they're putting it into market and it's staying in market. So they then go back into the backend and change all the content to make it work. So that is the brand new platform on where it's heading. I just wanted to very quickly show you how you can go through and show all the different features. We have also now the ability in there to do things like unique links. And to do that, you just go through to the account, you go to general, and then you'll see it just says deploy.link and you create the unique username you want. So you can then use that where it will be unique to the brand. So for example, I have deploy.link/Sam Hussey that I just use for all of the content in my business cards and things like that. But you can put whatever you want as your name if it links to the business. Enjoy the new platform. We put a huge amount of work into this. There's a whole lot more features on the way. Feel free to request and let us know what there is. And make sure, if you haven't signed up to the platform, go to deployable.co and sign up for free. You get one free page, or you can come onto the premium account as well. Looking forward to hearing what everyone thinks about this platform, and more to come very, very soon.